So this is Apple here. This is her mother Bootsy, and they're joining me for this video. This one's going to be a little bit different from most of the videos that I produce. If you've been a follower, this is not just about cute puppies or wonderful Cavalier companions, although here they are and they're with me. It's really a holiday message for everybody, and if you really want to see just puppies instead, I'll put a little link right up here to a different video you can go to and see lots of cute puppies. But if you are interested in sharing just a little bit of the feeling that I have at this time of the year, I'd like to share with you a story from my childhood. I think this happened when I was maybe about 10 years old, somewhere thereabouts. It was back in the 1950s. I was old enough to know where my Christmas presents were actually coming from, but not quite old enough to realize what was involved in paying for those Christmas presents. My father had recently lost his job, and as a man around 50 years old or so, he was in a position where it was really difficult to find another job. So the money was tight in the household. I really didn't know much about that. Television was really not very well developed at that point. A lot of households didn't even have a television. I think we did, but at that point it would have been probably like a 17-inch black and white TV, not very exciting. And we got maybe like 4 channels, so there wasn't an awful lot of variety to watch. And what I really wanted was a 45 RPM record player. That was my goal. And so I told Santa when we went to visit Santa, and of course I made sure my parents knew that I really wanted a 45 RPM record player. And I had no idea that it was really difficult for them to even think about affording a simple little record player. Our tradition in the house was, at that time, not to have a Christmas tree set up before Christmas, but we'd go to bed Christmas Eve, and early in the morning, Christmas morning, my brother and I would wake to a loud crashing of a sound that came from the living room, and we'd run out of our bedrooms, and there would be this magnificent tree, not really as nice as the things we have these days, but it would be there with presents underneath. And sure enough, there was a 45 RPM record player. Of course, there was no money for records. I really wanted to listen to like Elvis Presley and that kind of stuff, and the money wasn't there for that. I had to settle for the records that my parents had, and so I listened to like a lot of Perry Como and Rosemary Clooney and that kind of stuff. But I had my record player. It meant so much to me. Every night when I go to my bedroom, I could play music and have what felt like some company. And it wasn't until years later that I realized the tremendous sacrifice that my parents made. I don't know where the money came from. They really were broke at that point, probably having a very hard time paying the mortgage and food bills and so on. But in the spirit of the holiday, they made sure that I had the gift that I really wanted so badly and didn't realize why it was difficult to get. So in that spirit, I would like to wish everybody who's watching this video, well, let's see, a belated Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Winter Solstice, whatever way you celebrate at this time of the year. Let's just keep that spirit alive. And I think there actually is a tie-in with the dogs, because these dogs, as well as many other breeds, but especially in my mind Cavaliers, because they are great companions, give their human companions such love and such wonderful company when we need it. Like right now, it's a cold day. I have two nice warm bodies on my lap and a fire going back there. I mean, what else could I ask for? But they basically just give the love and companionship that we all want. And I don't like to take that for granted. So, thank you, my babies, for giving us love. Happy holidays to everyone.